Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Pearls and Politics Podcast, where we are polished and poised for greatness and impact. My name is Kahala, and I'm your host. Well, we all know that a lot of people associate the pearls of Pearls and Politics Podcast with Greek life or Greekdom, and that's okay. But today we also know that we get into, that Greek life and all those other types of things, and we all love, come on now, everybody loves a good subscription box, okay? I don't care whether it's Greek or whether it's makeup or whatever. We love a good subscription box, and we support Black business here at Pearls and Politics Podcast. So it is my honor to have the owner, the creator of Nupe Swagg subscription box for the men of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Y'all know I got a little bit of love for the men of Kappa Alpha Psi. And so we have Jimmy Daniels with us today to tell us all about Nupe Swagg, sir.
Yes. Appreciate being here. Thank you. I'm honored and pleasure to be here, and I'm excited to talk about Nupe Swagg.
Yeah, so I had to have you, okay, because, as a woman of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, the absolutely amazing Alpha Beta Zeta Omega chapter, we all love the Ivy Box, right? The Ivy Box and all that. And so, but to have the Nupe Swagg Box in your backyard.
Yes.
Like, I've known you for what, 20 years?
At least 20 years.
At least 20 years.
Absolutely.
And I've known your wife longer than that.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
my soror, Nakia Daniels.
Yes.
So I'm just like, the subscription box for the Kappas is in my backyard. Like, it was a no-brainer, okay?
Yes.
It was a no-brainer.
Yes.
So here we are, and I'm just so happy for you.
Thank you.
Like, it is just growing, and it is just, so we're going to talk about it. So first, tell us all about Jimmy.
So, all about Jimmy. Well, being a subscription box owner, never realized this would be one. I am a lifelong technology person. I've been in technology over 20 years.
You are.
20 years.
Very talented, by the way.
Thank you so much. Went to school for it, practice it now, but kind of fell in technology box. Been married, as you mentioned. You know my wife forever. 23 years. Have two beautiful daughters, a girl dad, for all the girl dads out there. Also, just love life, love technology. That's really all I've known. Proud member, as you mentioned, of Kappa Alpha Psi, Evansville alumni chapter. Working on almost 20 years now. So just living life. A person who loves and lives life. And here I am with this adventure over 5 years. Actually, just turned 5 years now.
Congratulations.
So, and thank you so
5 years.
much. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So that's me in a nutshell. I know the people didn't turn in to hear about that, just about me, but that's me in a nutshell.
Okay. So 5 years. It seems like it was yesterday. I remember when you launched, and I just thought I was like, that is amazing. I'm going to be honest. I was like, get that bag. I'm like, because I love to see Black people create, prosper, all those things. And like I said, having known you for so long, and then your babies, right? We all got babies. You got girl dad. I was a boy mom forever, and then at 40. Along comes my little legacy, my little future legacy. But I love to see Black people prosper, and then especially people that are closely connected to me. And so obviously you have a relationship with my husband.
Yes.
Okay, who came through the East St. Louis alumni chapter. So the connections, it's just everywhere.
Yes.
Right. So I said, I am so happy that you had that amazing idea. And that, were you the first, and are you still the only?
I am the first and the only licensed, it's important, licensed subscription box for Kappa Alpha Psi. Yes.
And I remember when you were the first, and for the longest the only, and I said, I'm going to ask him when he comes on if he is still the only. I love that.
Still the only, yes.
Yes, because, we love that first thing. We kind of get into that.
Hey, I get it.
Yes. So please tell us what inspired you to do it. Because again, I've seen your work forever, whether it's souvenir journals or ad books or whatever. I recently in an episode wore one of your wife's sweatshirts. Okay, membership has its privileges because we ain't mad at nobody.
Right.
But membership has its privileges in Alpha Kappa Alpha. So what led you to this? and the look, the name.
Sure.
Like, fill us in,
Sure.
please.
So I've always been, like I said, a technology person, but I've always tinkered outside the fringes, and we've always been in the realm of making T-shirts and sweatshirts and things of that nature. But what really the inspiration came is going to our conferences and our C. Roger Wilson leaderships and our regional provincial meetings, and at least in our region, we were hard pressed to find uniqueness in our paraphernalia and the things we wanted to wear. And we'd have a table or two of sweatshirts and T-shirts, but they were the same. So if I was going to buy the sweatshirt, I would look like everyone else at the conference, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So, and then we'd get into the cost of things, right? So, everything was nicely priced. There was rarely anything that was reasonable and unique that we'd find at these conferences. Unlike the AKAs where you'd have gazillions of vendors that you could find that uniqueness.
No limit,
right?
okay?
Right.
No
right.
limit.
Right.
Uh-huh.
You'd find that uniqueness. So, it was like, okay, I understand how to make. I understand how to design. Can I now make something unique, make something that's affordable, that you don't have to travel to a conference, or if you don't have that paraphernalia store, because let's be honest, not everyone has a paraphernalia store in their town, right?
That's right.
And where can I represent my fraternity that I love so much? That's where the inspiration came from. So then it became, how do I make this happen? Where can I get the goods? Where can I get the product? Where can I get it consistent that I can provide a quality product at a great price that's unique that my brothers would like? Nupe Swagg was born from there. Nupe Swagg was born from there. Now, how do we brand this thing, right? We just can't call, here's the box,
We got something to put it in, but what we gonna put on it? Right.
What we gonna call it? So, we're synonymous, it's Kappas and Nupes, and we know we bring the swag. I love all my other fraternities, but we bring the swag. Let's be honest. We bring the swag.
Y'all ain't pretty boys for nothing,
There
okay?
it is. So we bring Nupe Swagg together, Nupe Swagg, the embolism, our bow ties. Other fraternities may say they brought it too, but we brought it first, okay? Like, it's just what it is. So the clean cut, the glasses, the debonair, the suave, the image on the front. I personally like Argyle. And with that in the Argyle, it has our diamond. It has what we're synonymously known as well. So bringing that all together is the name, the design, and everything within that box.
Wow. I'm a very visual person. And so whether I'm reading or whether I'm listening, and so I'm just watching in my mind this box come together, because I'm the name, the bow tie, the Argyle with the diamond. I mean, I'm just, a lot went into that.
Yes.
And so it's, I was going to say gorgeous, but I'm trying to think of a.
We can use gorgeous. Gorgeous is okay.
Yes, it is gorgeous. Thank you. And so I'm just like that. It takes a lot to really bring an idea together. And so it's all about excellence and Black excellence for me. So to know that, this wasn't something which nothing about you or your family is something that you be like, oh, they just threw some stuff together. Like, you all are synonymous with quality and excellence, right? And so just being able to know how you brought it together, and that it wasn't just something that, there's a Argyle print on Google, and let me just slap it on my box, right? To know that you were like, nope, we got the diamonds. I like Argyle. That's my personal addition to my company. And then, of course, we know the Nupes are everywhere. So
absolutely.
And they do, and you do bring the swag. So, okay, so we have the idea, right? And then we have the branding and the vision. How has it grown? Like, how did you, because so many people start and then stop. Like, podcasting is one of those things. Like, there are literally hundreds of thousands of podcasts on the books, but very few make it past 7 episodes, or very few keep going. And so, but that's also with business, right? People start, then it's just like the overnight sensation doesn't happen, and it's like, forget it. So you've grown. How have you sustained growth and pushed past, like, any times you just was like, I'm done?
Yeah, it as you mentioned, it's definitely a challenge, and it's been a challenge even from the beginning. So when we
because COVID was in there.
Yeah, we I'm glad you mentioned COVID. So right before COVID, we started in 2019. We shipped our first box in January of 2019. And the story behind it is we were planning it. We had dropped our launch page. A new swag is coming, something different. You'll be excited, hop on board. We had designed our first product that we're going into boxes, and everything. And then over Christmas break, I'm originally from Chicago, so we always go home, take the girls home for Christmas, and our home flooded.
Oh, the tragedy.
And our home flooded. Right?
Yes.
So
yes.
We were all prepared and geared up to produce out of our house. So at that point, we rushed back and realized our whole lower level had flooded, so we were displaced. We had to move to a hotel. And we were already told everybody we're shipping, we're ready to go in January. How do we do that? So even from that point, it had been a labor of love to get this box produced. So we're in a hotel room making items, making boxes.
Making it happen.
Because that's how passionate that we felt as a family, my wife and I in the very beginnings, that this was something that we knew we wanted to be successful, that we felt could be successful, and that was needed. That from that point with 17 subscribers, I love it. That we started off that first shipment that we just had to get done. And subsequent from there was hotel. Then we upgraded to an apartment the next couple months. And then, of course, we finally moved back in our home. We were doing it out of our home. Then we had our first warehouse.
Yeah, it got to be too much, Jesus. Yes.
That had no heat and no air. So in the middle of summer, St. Louis summers. So then, we've been blessed to move to another warehouse, and actually we're looking for a third warehouse now. But it's been blessed, and we've truly had an opportunity to ship out several thousand a month now. We're continuously growing, even through COVID, as you mentioned, and most companies took a decline in COVID, and as I said, we've been blessed to be able to continue to grow even through COVID when everybody was cutting back and saving and the tragedy of people being unable to afford some of the luxuries they had before, still supporting us in our endeavor and our effort. And it's just been great, and it's truly been something that, our family has been able to enjoy and have been blessed to provide a product that people actually like, and you always have that, people aren't going to like it, or people say, I don't like this is not good. And it's not for everybody.
Tell me about it.
It's a subscription box, and we all have subscriptions. And it's kind of like I tell people sometimes that you get something you don't like in the beginning, right? But it's like a song. Maybe a couple months later, you're like, that's the J one. And it's kind of like that. You get like, okay, I didn't like it at first, but that's hot. I'm glad I did get it.
It's hot. Yeah.
And that's how sometimes subscription boxes work. You're not going to love it maybe the first time, but maybe a month later, a month after that, man, I got that new pair of shoes. Ooh, that's going
Because I'm looking at that sweater. I'm looking at that sweater like, sir, with the glasses. I mean, let's just bring it all together.
I appreciate it.
So that is very inspiring, right? Because what did you say? Trust me, the first thing I thought about when you said the flood happened, but you had a release date. Because when what was it, June of 22? And we started launching the podcast, we'll launch 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. And I was like, well, Jesus, it's out there now.
There you go.
So we gonna launch this here thing on June 17th, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be, Lord. And it has just grown from there. But when you put yourself out there with that date, come hell or high water, you got to make good on that date. And that's what you did. So even in spite of everything. And so, of course, you wanted to start out with 17 million subscribers, but it's good it was 17.
17.
And here, look, I launched on June 7th. 17 is a good number for me. So that's good. Right. But the fact that it was manageable, right?
Yes.
Because you probably would have, but the way the Lord would have it.
Yes.
It was still enough for the two of you to manage in that moment. Yes. But the fact that you weren't like, oh, my house is flooded, me and my wife and my girls are displaced, so we just gonna put it off. Yes. Like that could have been the difference between where you are now.
Yes.
And completely folding in COVID because you weren't consistent from the beginning. So that's amazing. So now, we've gone from 17 to, like you said, several thousand. And so your membership, though, runs the gamut. right? You have, your local frat, and then you got your neos, and then you got old heads. You got some celebrity subscribers.
Yes, we've had a few and continue to have a few celebrity subscribers.
What was that like? What was that scream like when y'all was like, oh my God?
It's rewarding. It was rewarding. So the first one, actually, my one of the ones my wife discovered. We were packing, and she noticed the name on a label, DeBarge. I'm like, it's not necessarily a common name. And like DeBarge, but it was a woman's name. I'm like, oh, woman DeBarge. Like, that's a familiar name. I'm like,
that ain't every day.
Yeah, okay. So I looked up. So when I looked up, it was Finesse Mitchell he's from the Disney Channel, Ant Farm show. My kids, I'm like, y'all, yeah, he's from Ant Farm. I'm like, oh my goodness. So he has comedy specials. He's been on, BET and some other things. So, that was the first one. Then, we had launched a couple products and a couple boxes. Then we got a phone call from Jamal Bryant. People saying, hey,
that's the first one I noticed. I was on Instagram like, is that Nupe Swagg sweater?
Yes.
Pastor Brian got on?
Yes.
Stop it.
Yes. So he came and he preached in one of our products and gave us a shout out. Then we had another call from Marvin Sapp for our products. So we've continued to have celebrity noobs that have reached out and wanted our product and wanted to subscribe. And, like I said, we run the gamut from local, we've got our province, North Central Province, Paul Mark, who subscribes. We've got our own Illinois State Senator, Christopher Belt, who's been a subscriber of that 17 from day one. 5 years later, he is a devoted subscriber. So we've been blessed to have a product that people really believe in. Once they get it, they like the quality. And let's be honest, for $40 a month, you get product. You get at least 2 to 3 items a month. You get potentially a sweater, a shirt underneath, or a T-shirt, or you get a sweatsuit. You get either a lapel pin, cufflinks. You get multiple items depending on what the fraternity calendar is. So you get quality items. You get items well worth more than the $40 that you pay a month, and it's quality, and it stands the test of time. And it's much a value add than going to a conference and maybe having
spending $400.
Yes,
for four items.
For 4 items, and knowing that 90% of the brothers you see are going to have the same item as you have. So it's the uniqueness. And then if it's an event that you go to locally that you don't have an opportunity that you've been to a conference previously, or you don't necessarily may not go to conferences, and you don't have a store locally that you can get it from. Now you have the opportunity of not having to go anywhere, and at your next event in your area.
It comes right to you, right? It comes right to you. It's like Amazon, okay? It's the cap of Amazon. Is what it is.
There you go.
And we believe in God for Amazon numbers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
So I just really love it. And like I said, I had to have you come on and tell the story because, again, like I said, there's so much, I know you're from the Chi, and we love the Chi around here. We love Illinois and all those things. Yes. But we also know that, your wife is from the City of Champions. And so you raise your girls in this community. And to have the first and only licensed subscription box, like I started with the episode here in this area, it was a no-brainer to say, well, you know what? People really need to know the story behind it. And people really need to know the level of commitment that goes into that. Because a lot of people, as we continue to support Black business, sometimes we all know Black business doesn't have the best reputation. And sometimes it's warranted.
Sure.
Sometimes we don't always do what we're supposed to do.
For sure.
But then most of the time it's not, though. And so for somebody to be able to sit and actually, because you have followers and people can go onto your Instagram and do all those types of things, but they don't always hear Jimmy, right?
That's
hear
true.
The enthusiasm, right? The
That's
way
true.
You can sit and just with pride, the pride is just coming off of you, okay? On your product, what you and your family put into it, what it means to your family, and everything that you all do on a monthly basis to make sure that your frat brothers or so fresh and so clean every month, you know, and the desire to make it affordable. Like some people out here trying to break folks, trying to get over on folks, but nothing about you is saying that's what I'm. As a matter of fact, I want you to be completely swagged out, Nupe, for something that you can afford. And thank you for traversing the pandemic with us. Thank you for continuing to support our subscription box. Like, you may not always love it, but trust, keep going with us, and you're going to love it more than, you know, you have the one-off that you like, oh, okay. But I have not seen anything that I'm like, that is not, I'm telling you, I'm sitting here like, I know I can't wear that sweater, but I'm just sitting there like, I like that sweater,
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And that's the key of it all is that we just want to provide a product. And like I said earlier, you're not going to love everything. And that's the benefit of subscription price. No one loves everything in a subscription. We all have other subscriptions that we subscribe to. But the point is that you'll get a quality product for the value that you're going to at some point or you can give to another deserving brother, you know, and that's the other thing, because we all know Neos, and we're going to be real honest. Neos going to wear anything, you know, if they have an opportunity to wear it, they're going to wear it. So it is an opportunity to, if not keep it for yourself, but have the opportunity to gift it to another deserving brother. And at that price point, you're ahead anyway.
Absolutely. You know, absolutely. So tell us, well, one, how we can follow, right? And what your platforms are. And then tell us how we can get that favorite Nupe, that subscription box.
Absolutely. So we are on all social platforms at Nupe Swagg. We have our hashtag Nupe Swagg Box, which when you do get your box and you do believe you're so fresh and so clean, which we are already, go ahead, tag us, hashtag us.
Hashtag people, please.
Absolutely. And we will definitely repost you on our page. And we love to see that, because the more brothers that see it, the more brothers will be swagged out in our paraphernalia. As well as I said before, the box is $40 plus shipping. It's been that way since our inception, and we plan to keep it that way as well. And another thing that you may not be aware of that we are working towards, have just been announced as the official vendor for the North Central Province, which allows us to produce North Central Province paraphernalia with their information, with their insignias on it as well. And hopefully in the future, as we expand Nupe Swagg, we hope to have a partnership with the national entity as well.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Like, I know you're busy. I know Nikki is busy. I mean, what'd you say? Like, y'all pushing out thousands at this point, and y'all got kids, and y'all got each other, and y'all got jobs. So, you know, I get that. Okay, because this is a whole second job. Like, it didn't start. That was not the intention. Okay, that was not the intention for this to be a whole full-time job. But it absolutely is, and so I can appreciate it. And then, like I said, from one pretty household to another. Okay, we get it. And so thank you so much for coming on. Will you come back? Because it sounds like it's going to just really be bananas with Nupe Swagg. So you're going to have to come back for something.
Hey, I will definitely come back. It's been my pleasure. This is a phenomenal platform. It is great at what you do.
Thank you.
I've seen and I follow what you do, and it's outstanding.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for tuning in today to Pearls and Politics Podcast, where we are polished and poised for greatness and impact. Thank you for this so pretty episode today, Nupe Swagg. Make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you do them hashtags, okay, when you subscribe to that box. In the meantime, we'll see you next week. And please like, love, and subscribe. See you later. Bye-bye.